So starting the test drive in this Envista, surprisingly, and I tested out at tracks a couple of days ago, so I knew this already, but the 1.2 Turbo 3 is actually a pretty potent engine in terms of just accelerating out of a corner, accelerating from a stop, and then the more you give it, the more you can really feel the turbo do its thing. But I forgot which view this is on the gauge cluster. I'm pretty impressed by it. I like seeing the kind of circular tachometer there, and then being able to see the speed in big numbers there. So we'll give it a little throttle here. And I want to thank Buick, I want to thank General Motors, honestly, for making this vehicle with a traditional 6-speed automatic. And I said this in the tracks review, it's just nice to have something that, just a regular transmission. Nothing against CVTs, they're just not my thing. And this just goes to show you can get just as good fuel economy with a 6-speed automatic just by turbocharging a 3-cylinder instead of a 4-cylinder. So we're still getting 32 miles per gallon, EPA estimate on the highway. And it's just nice having the adaptive cruise, the lane keeping system here. And it just kind of pings you back and forth. It's not a lane centering assistance, but it gets the job done. And road noise is minimal. And I love the ride quality for a $26,000 vehicle or $27,000 vehicle. Now, of course, it doesn't ride like an Enclave, but it rides like you would want a subcompact Buick to ride. I like the brake pedal feel, and I actually really like the gas pedal feel, just having that feeling of boost right there without having to change drive modes or anything like that. It pulls just right. We'll give it a little pull here. And again, it's pretty quick, and these actually can last you a minute if you don't keep your foot in them. And even if you kind of, like the few pulls I've given, won't be bad, just accelerating every so often. I don't recommend doing that all the time, but these aren't gonna blow up in 20,000 miles like a lot of people say. And the few that do, because that'll happen with any vehicle, you're good under warranty. And then you do get a lifetime powertrain warranty with this from several dealerships, but especially here at Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro, that's offered. And it's not an extra charge or anything, it just comes with it. But I do like this as a competitor in the subcompact market. This just feels more like a small SUV as opposed to a subcompact SUV, if that makes sense. And I like that Chevrolet or GM did that with the Trax and then this Envista here. Still plenty of space, but it drives like a small SUV. Let me say a very small SUV. And overall, just the cabin acoustics in here are nice. Love the infotainment system. I love the gauge cluster. The gauge is down here just for the single zone AC controls. And then having the flat bottom steering wheel is just a nice touch, and it feels so nice with this leather on it. Love having the emblem there. My biggest complaint, honestly, about this car is the horn. It just sounds so wimpy, but there's very little chance that you will use it much, so not really a big deal there. But I'm pretty impressed overall, again, by the vehicle. Definitely make sure you check one out if you're interested in something like this, especially for this price point. But this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2024 Buick Envista, and this one is in the preferred trim level.